I'm George Cooper, the managing trustee of the Killam Trusts. Isaac Walton Killam was the great Canadian industrialist of the first half of the 20th century and made mega millions in pulp and paper, in electricity and related industries. And his widow left $100 million in his honor when she died in 1965 under a will with a remarkable vision. She wanted, and so did he, she wanted to build Canada's future through advanced studies. And they also wanted to promote sympathetic understanding between countries. And so this money all went for graduate scholarships and postgraduate fellowships. The 5 Killam prizes are given out each year, $100,000 each, for medicine, science, engineering, humanities, and social sciences. Killam scholarships are offered at 5 Canadian universities: Dalhousie, the University of British Columbia, the University of Alberta in Edmonton, the University of Calgary, and at the Montreal Neurological Institute at McGill University. And they are for doctoral scholars there, people studying for their PhD, and also postdoctoral fellowships. So if you're absolutely at the top of your class in each of those universities, you too can apply for a Killam scholarship, but you don't have to be Canadian. People from foreign countries are welcome, and we've had many of our 6,000 Killam scholars over the years who have come to Canada, and many of them have stayed in Canada, having pursued their graduate studies at those universities. Well, I think you'd have to say, as to who benefits, that obviously the students do, because it makes their careers, usually in the academic field, but not always. Sometimes they will go on to business or to other lives. Secondly, you would say that the whole Canadian university system benefits, because here are these top scholars who receive these scholarships, not only Canadian students but foreign students, many of whom stay here. And so these universities, and by extension the whole research effort across Canada, benefits and has benefited now for 50 years, close to 50 years. But finally, and most importantly, I would say the world benefits, because Canada, frankly, punches way above its weight class in the amount of scholarship, particularly research, that's done in Canadian universities. And by supporting and promoting that, the Killam Trusts, in my view, support the whole worldwide effort at more and better research for the benefit of medicine, for the benefit of science in general, and also for the benefit of the humanities, because after all, if we don't know who we are and why we're here and where we're going, none of the rest of it matters very much after all. The current Canadian landscape is much stronger today than it has been in previous years, going back 50 years. And that's because Canadian universities have focused like a laser on more and better research with the assistance of government support. From the private sector, there's been quite a lot of support too, but frankly not as much as I would like to see. We don't have in Canada the great research foundations that they do in other countries, particularly the US and the UK, but we do have the Killam Trusts. And the Killam Trusts are, I believe, the largest private sector set of trusts in Canada to provide money for graduate students and postdoctoral fellows. The funds are now worth something like $400 million. They've been distributed out to the 5 universities and to the Canada Council, but the Killam trustees kind of oversee the investment and the spending of those funds, and also make sure that the universities and the Canada Council are choosing the best scholars that there are to receive these. And so the individuals, the Canadian university landscape, and the world all benefit from the Killam Trusts. The Governor General's idea, just to take one very senior person, is that Canada should be both smart and a caring society. Smart in the sense that we need to encourage ourselves to be competitive with the world in everything we do, in particular academics. Caring in the sense that in addition to looking after those who can't look after themselves, we should be more philanthropic. The Killam gift is one of the largest gifts ever in Canadian history. In today's money, it's $700 million, because the gift was 50 years ago. And it really is at the base of the funding for scholarships at these 5 universities and for the prizes at the Canada Council. There are lots of foundations elsewhere in the world that are the size of Killam's or larger, so you wouldn't want to make that argument. But you would, I think, be able to claim that Mr. and Mrs. Killam's vision for Canada, pound for pound, was as strong a vision and as well financed as any other program, probably anywhere. Certainly, it helps in trying to make Canada competitive across the world, and as a private sector organization, that's a good thing, because governments can't do everything. Governments have done a lot in the last few years to raise Canada's profile in the research world, but they can't do everything, and we do need private sector help.